What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ance back again. It's Monday. That means it's time for another Market Monday where we break down everything happening in MLB The Show 21 this week and talk about how we can utilize what is going on to make you some stubs. A lot happening this week. Pretty major content week. We got the new Field of Dreams program dropping tomorrow. We're going to be talking all about that in this video. We're going to be taking a look at the market as well. New event coming too. We got a lot of breakdown. Let's hop into it. First off, looking at the live series market, it's been holding pretty steady. I think these prices are pretty firm. We don't really have anything in the near future that's going to be impacting this. Maybe as people get to that 90 plus pack in the current inning program, we can see some of these drop, but overall prices here are pretty consistent. We come down here to the golds. I will say the margins are tight this go around on cards that can be upgraded. I mean, Trevor Story 3,500, Grisham and Musgrove 3K, almost 4K, Cronenworth 35. Valley's up to 24, Brandon Crawford 37, Kyle Tucker's at 4K. There is not a whole lot of margin with this roster update in terms of investments. I do have my predictions that came out this week. You can see the link up at the top of the screen for who I'm predicting and getting upgraded this week. But overall, really tight market in general for investing in this roster update. Live series cards, pretty high overall. People investing, trying to get some subs, trying to get to Mookie. Speaking of, let's take a look at some of those investments, your Mookie investments and the flash sale investments from last week. Let's take a look at how some of those are doing right now as well. During that flash sale last week, we had some cards dropping a major way. Guys like Adam Dunn got down to around 33. He was even lower than that. He's actually just chilling around 47, so not too much different than where he was. I'm still holding on to a guy like Kevin Biggio as well. He's 5,100. I got a couple of them. I only have one more left. I sold most of mine off the hype, as we usually say. But I still think a guy like Kevin Biggio or Billy Hamilton or Juris Familia, I think still have some solid long-term opportunities. I don't think we're going to be getting any space packs anytime soon in the near future. And people are going to slowly be working on completing the Mookie collection. I think part of the problem right now is Mookie is so daunting that a lot of people aren't even going for it. I think with this new Field of Dreams program, we could see that change. Over into the primes, we've seen some rebounds. Card like David Robertson's up to 19K. You can see he was down under 10. At one point, I bought a Darren O'Day in the flash sale for 5K. He's up to 18. You can see that big trend line. Personally, if I had invested in the flash sale on guys like Dan Plesac, Earl Day, David Robertson, even coming in here to the awards, guys like Darno, Eloy, Porcello, Dallas Keuchel, guys like that, I would personally be offloading those. I sold my personal copies of those cards as they're going to keep trending up, but they've bottomed out just a little bit. And for me, I want to be able to utilize those subs and reinvest it. I don't love sitting on cards for a very long portion of time. I like being able to take my profits, reinvest that to other places where I can get better returns. So from the flash sale, I think now is a really safe time to sell if you got cards during the flash sale. Look at the All-Star game guys as well. These home run derby cards, Shohei's back up to 25. I mean, these cards are getting to close to where they were even before the flash sale. I still have 18 Xander Bogaerts. He's up to 12K. Been holding a little bit. We actually saw him go down ever so slightly there. I think that may have been some anticipation that we could be getting an All-Star game home run derby pack in either the Player of the Month program or in this Field of Dreams program coming tomorrow. We aren't getting that, and people aren't getting to the end of the daily month program to get those there either. So I'm holding the Sanders just for another second. I still think it's a relatively safe play. Look at Liam Hendricks. He's around the same spot. Just had that bit of a dip. Probably also had a lot of people selling off their investments. I still think it's a safe sell. If you brought at 6K subs and you're selling for 12, you're doubling up. You're doing really well with your subs. Take a look at some of these mid-round guys and how they're doing. We got a guy like Juan Soto's up to 83,000 stubs. He had got down close to 35, 40,000. I remember at one point also seeing a Trevor Story for like 38,000 subs, not being able to buy him. He's up to 84. Take a look at the mid-tier of the All-Star game as well. We have Lance Lynn. He's up to 90,000 subs. The return on these, the rebound of these has been solid. You can see that massive dip that they took. JT Real Muto, he's up to 93K. I did sell my JTs that had 5 of those. Bought them all for 40 to 45,000 subs. During the flash sale, I'm going to sell for 93, 94, 95. I'm going to take that profit. That's a win for me. I'm taking that. I'm holding that. And then we have our rare round guys like Pete Alonso, pretty almost back to where he was before the collection dropped hit. Same with Vladdy, getting back up to where he was before. And of course, Freddie Peralta as well. So if you happen to invest in any of these, they're pretty much back to their original price. Probably a safe bet to sell. I'm personally still holding my Liam Hendricks and I'm holding my Xanders, but I will be selling before the end of the month when that All-Star Game Home Run Derby pack hits in the daily program. You can, of course, in the daily program, if you've been on top of that, you can get you a free prime or SIG card today. Don't forget that. If you've been on top of it, you can get this evolution for Justin Turner, Joe Nathan. Joe Nathan is going to evolve into a prime card, and Justin Turner is going to lead you to that SIG card. So if you need a Mookie, that's huge. You get a free one out the gate today, and then another one in a couple days as well, plus the McCutcheon later on in the month. Another thing to know, we don't really have any information about it, but we are getting a new ranked season today. So your Will Clark and Mike Scott from the Pennant Race Pack, they're going to be leaving if you need them. Not a bad time to pick them up just to be safe. Make sure you have one. Make sure you're prepared for whenever the next expansion to the Legends of Flashbacks come. You never know when that's going to drop, although probably won't be anytime soon. But still, you can never be too prepared. Same on the World Series front. Both Vida Blue and David Justice are going to be leaving that World Series pack. So we could see their price start to creep up from that point. We generally see the World Series rewards that leave the pack have their price start to creep up. So not a bad idea if you've been looking to pick one up. If you're like, man, I need that David Justice to get Mookie right now. He's about $100K. Probably not a bad idea to come in and snag that, because I do see his price probably trending up from that point. Same with Vida Blue. Now, the big news of the day, the new Field of Dreams program is dropping. The Field of Dreams game in Major League Baseball is happening this week. And so along with that, we're getting a Field of Dreams program in MLB The Show. If you missed the video, it's going to be similar maybe to the All-Timers program from last year, the Player of the Month programs that we've seen this year as well. You're going to have missions. You're going to have moments. You might even have collections as well. Before we dive into the program, though, I do want to stay on the collections. I've seen a lot of speculation, a lot of people going out and buying the 85 Clemente and the 92, I believe, Clemente from the BR path. I don't think you're going to inherently need those cards. There may be some form of collection. Maybe you do need some type of cards, but you're not going to have to collect the two older Clementes to lead you to the new Clemente. I see a lot of people trying to hype those up who have maybe invested in those. I don't really see that as a play that's going to be necessary. Those cards may be involved, but I don't think you're going to need them by any stretch of the matter. If there even is a collection tied with this Field of Dreams program, I think it's going to be pretty minimal. This is going to be a grind-based program. They want people to continue playing the game as Madden comes out, and something to work for, something to entice them. And if they add a massive collection that makes it feel behind the paywall and impossible to get, then you're not going to have people going through and playing and completing the program. I think this is going to be very play-based. Get in there, play a ton, complete a ton of missions, and you can unlock Roberto Clemente. But let's dive in. Let's look at the path a little bit more in detail. So as we can see, you can see it on your screen now out the gate here. We have the stadium. We got the icons, some jerseys, the nameplate as well. Nothing too crazy there. We go on to the next portion of the program. We have the Legends backskin and this first prime card that we have, Tom Henke. So again, another free prime card for that collection, helping you get closer to Mookie. What do we say? It was going to get a lot easier. It's getting a ton easier right now between the dailies and this program dropping. Also, as you can see at the end, the 42 series pack. So expect 42 series prices to drop. If you're still trying to get Jackie to keep you closer to Mookie, you have that opportunity. If you've invested in some 42s, maybe when Player of the Month dropped and those prices dropped, I would be looking at offloading those before tomorrow when this comes out. Then, of course, we got the Brooks Robinson, the Gold Glover, the first 99 in the program. And then we have the Field of Dreams choice pack. We don't really know what that's going to entail. We don't know what's going to be within that, but it's clearly a choice pack. 1-1 on the base, 1-10 on the rare. So expect a setup similar to our Kitchen Sphinx and our space packs. I'm really interested to see what's in that. There could be some really sick cards, especially at this point in the game, giving us a 1-10 rare choice pack. Those rare rounds probably going to be 399 overall cards that are going to be super sick. I'm looking forward to that. Absolutely. We could also see that maybe pop up in the store, probably in future reward paths as well. Then, of course, on this last one here, we have the perfect game, Felix Hernandez. Excited to give him a shot with pinpoint pitching. And then, of course, 99 overall, signature series, Roberto Clemente. He's finally in the game. We knew he was going to be getting into the game somehow at some point in time. With Madden coming out, ends up being the perfect time to release him to entice people back into the game. And they're making him what I expect to be a free card to obtain, similar to your Acuna program and the Player of the Month programs. I do expect this card to be free. Again, maybe a slight collection needed with it, but I think the collection is going to be a minimal aspect of it. And this is really going to reward you for getting on and playing a lot, give you an award, a milestone, and a prime, and a 6 series card. 4 free cards from this, plus that pack as well. Who knows what's coming in that Field of Dreams choice pack. Overall, with this program dropping tomorrow, I do see the market dipping some. Whenever new content comes out, we generally do see a market dip as people are selling off to maybe buy packs or selling off cards as they're replacing them with other cards on their team. So maybe expect a bit of a market dip tomorrow. But we could also see a market rise in certain places as people unlock potentially 4 free cards to get them to Mookie, plus the Joe Nathan or Justin Turner they're getting from the daily program. And maybe then that just puts them a couple of milestones or a couple of awards away from completing Mookie. And so they're more willing to go out and spend the stubs to buy some of those lower tier cards that they still need. So we could see an increase on that front, especially as a lot of investors have sold off their cards. People are still needing to come through and buy some to collect Mookie Betts. So I can see that being possible as well. I'm definitely not banking on it in any fashion. I'm not going out and doing any investments for that. I'm really just waiting until tomorrow, see what that program drop has, especially see what that choice pack has, and then we can kind of make some decisions of what we should be doing with our stubs from that point in time. I will be live on Twitch when the program drops tomorrow as well. You can catch the link to that in the description down below. We'll be live grinding out the program. We'll see if we can knock it out in one day. I don't know. Maybe it's a multi-day thing. Maybe it'll be too much to do in one sitting. We're going to find out. We'll see when it drops tomorrow. Let me know down in the comment section below. What do you think of the Field of Dreams program? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Do you think it's a big win? Do you think it's an L by chance? Let me know down in the comment section below. As always, you enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll catch y'all around.